Anti-aging is big business. We all want to feel younger and look
Indeed.
younger.
Right.
And now researchers have found that exercise is the best anti-aging technique. And they found out why. Because what's going on in the muscle cells is that the stem cells are releasing a growth factor that regenerates the muscle.
Yeah, isn't that something? We got to talk about what stem cells are first. These are the cells that regenerate tissues in our body. That's what starts out in the embryo, okay? When an egg is fertilized, it forms 2 cells and 4 cells and 8 cells and so forth and so on. And the earlier we get those cells, earlier those stem cells, that's what they are, those stem cells are, the younger they are, the more potential they have to develop into one of 200 different kinds of cells that they can develop into. And so we're looking for ways to capture that energy that's in the stem cell to use for lots of things in the human body.
And now we're finding out we can use stem cells from adults.
In adults, or we can use them from the umbilical cord, or we can get them from blood or fat, or from bone marrow. You can get them from skin. You can get them from almost any tissue there is, because those are the cells that stay in our body, Vicki, that help us to stay young. They're like that Ponce de Leon liquid that we're looking for that's to keep us young. And we've already got it. So all we have to do is stimulate them by doing healthy things, eating the right food, reducing stress, getting enough sleep so we can repair.
Exercising.
Exercising is a big one. That's what this article that's written in the Public Library of Science Online came out saying, which is one of the most prestigious journals we have. So we're talking about how these stem cells can regenerate tissue when we stress a muscle. So when we strain a muscle, the stem cells become activated by it, and then they start producing chemicals that are growth factors that stimulate the tissues that are in the muscle to get bigger.
And when you say strain, you don't mean like injuring yourself.
No.
You just mean by strain the muscle, like using the
You're
muscle.
you might exercise till you're tired, okay? And there's a little bit of strain that's put on the muscle from that.
Mm-hmm.
And that makes a big difference in making more tissue so that we can get stronger. It even stimulates the mitochondria. We talked about that in a couple of shows ago. The mitochondria actually develop and start to multiply more when we exercise hard. And that's how we get conditioned. So these studies that were published in the Public Library of Science looked at mice. And what they did is they stimulated the mice so they had muscle strain. Then they took out the stem cells from these poor little guys, and they labeled them with fluorescein so they could identify what they were, and then injected them into other mice and found that indeed what happened is that it stimulated the other muscle cells to develop into more muscle cells. As we age, we know we have fewer stem cells, and that makes it more difficult for our bodies to regenerate, but that's part of what the life cycle's about. We don't last forever.
Maybe as we get older, maybe we need even more exercise.
That's the point, and that's what we need to keep in mind. You start getting over the age of 30, you're on the downhill side of what's happening in life. And 30 was so long ago, I can't remember it.
We're really over the hill.
But there is a lot that you can maintain, like Vicki's saying, that will help us a lot to stay younger, to be stronger, to be more fit, get all the other benefits we get from exercise too, like lower your blood pressure, prevent heart attacks and strokes, and better lungs, and having more energy. So exercise may trigger stem cells, and it may make our muscles stronger, but it does a lot of other things too. So we should all be putting and including exercise in our everyday activities.
Get out there and do it.
That's it.